Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to discuss delegation in leadership and management. So, our today's set of objectives are as follows. We're going to begin by the definition of delegation. Then we're also going to outline and state the principles of delegation. Then we're also going to give the advantages and disadvantages of delegation. Then we're going to conclude our discussion with the steps that are involved in successful delegation. So without wasting much of your time, let us look at our first set of objectives, which is the definition for delegation. So delegation is defined as the assignment to another person of formal authority and responsibility for carrying out a specific task in order to achieve organizational objectives. Let us look at our set of objectives, which are the principles of delegation. So the principles of delegation are derived from the 5 rights of delegation, just to make that clear. So our first principle under delegation, we have right circumstance. So under right circumstance, we are saying the reason for delegation must be genuine, such as to train and motivate subordinates, hence reducing workload and also promoting efficiency. Our next principle is determine what task or the right task. So effective delegation begins with the manager defining his or her responsibilities, hence achieving organizational goals. The third one is choosing the right person to delegate to or the right group. So this states the manager must select a right subordinate to do the job, taking into consideration the skills, the knowledge, the attitude, and the position of the subordinate. The fourth one is clarifying the desired results or the right direction or communication. Hence, the results expected to be achieved must be clearly explained to the subordinate. When the results are clear, it allows the subordinate to use his or her own creativity and resources to accomplish the task. The fifth one is clarifying the employee's responsibilities and authority as it relates to the delegated task or the right direction or the right communication. So here, you being the manager, you must clearly communicate responsibilities and the authority as well as the timeline. So you being the manager, you must be sure that the subordinate has understood responsibility and authority assigned to him or her. The sixth one is monitoring progress or right supervision or evaluation. So this is mainly achieved by conducting follow-up meetings. So the follow-up meeting should be focused on monitoring progress and determining the need for assistance. Let us now look at the advantages of delegation. So our first advantage is that it reduces the workload of the manager. Our second advantage, it makes work easier because of shared responsibilities. Third advantage is that it allows managers to concentrate on aspects of the job which requires personal knowledge and experience as well as skills. The fourth advantage is that it promotes staff growth and development. The fifth advantage is that there will be less office or work politics where delegation is done properly. So the following are some of these advantages of delegation. So we have number one, delegation is time consuming. The second one is delegation may result in low quality work. The third one is that delegation might lead to failure of task accomplishment. Then the fourth one is delegation may result in loss of employment for doing some tasks wrongly. Then the fifth one is delegation may result in loss of control over critical tasks. Let us conclude our discussion by highlighting and also basically just discussing the steps involved in successful delegation. So before we begin, the steps of successful delegation are basically 9, and we have number 1, defining the task. Then number 2, we have select the individual or team. Number 3, we have assess the ability and training needs. The fourth one is explain the reasons. The fifth one is state the required results. The sixth one is consider the resources required. The seventh one is agree on the deadline. 8, support and communication. 9, feedback on results. So let us now begin with our first one, which is the right task. So before you begin your delegation, you need to confirm in your own mindset that the task is suitable to be delegated to. And you should also ensure that you understand whether it meets the criteria for delegation. The second one is select the individual or team. So you have to consider the reasons for delegating to this person or team, and also you need to consider what are they going to get out of it, and also what are you going to get out of it. Then the third one is assess the ability and training needs. So it is your responsibility as your manager to determine what would be their training needs, and also assessing whether they are capable of doing the task, and also understanding what needs to be done if they are not capable of the same task you intend to delegate to them. The fourth one is explain the reasons. So you must explain why the job or responsibility is being delegated to, and also why to that person or people, and what is the importance and the relevance. The fifth one is state the required results. So you must state what must be achieved, clarify the understanding by getting feedback from the other person. So in this case, this is your subordinate. So there has to be that communication between both you, the manager, and the subordinate. The sixth one is consider the resources required. So discuss and agree on what is required to get the job done. So consider people, location, premises, equipment, money, materials, or other activities in service. The seventh one is agree on the deadline. So under agreeing on the deadline, you must discuss on when the job is finished, or when it is likely to be done, or whether it is an ongoing duty. The eighth one is support and communication. So under support and communication, you have to think about who else needs to know on what is going on and inform them. The last one is the feedback on results. It is essential to let the subordinate or people or person know how they are doing, and whether they have achieved their aims or not, or whether there is still some room for improvement. So this marks the end of our today's discussion. If you have any video request, any presentation, you can let me know by commenting down in the comment section below. Then again, I would also love to give you where I was getting my reference from. So I was getting my reference from the leadership and management target. It's quite a wonderful material. It contains a lot of information, so I hope you have it by now as you prepare for your final exams. So those are my last few words. Wishing you the very best as you prepare for your upcoming exams, and thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back and providing your support by viewership. So thank you, and have an amazing day.